And boom, we're in. Hey, Joe. How you doing? Show comments on stage. Let comments on stage. How's that work? That's new. See that? Chat overlay lets you display live comments directly on your stream. Please note that some platforms like Twitch may have specific guidelines limiting display of comments from other destinations. So make sure to review their policies to stay compliant. Whatever. Hey, Tannis Collins, how are you today? Oh, look at that, Carrot goes right on screen. That's cool. See Tannis's comments?
Yeah, leave that on.
Well, that would be annoying if you're watching on your TV and you had comments turned on. Although, that would help me if we streamed to Twitch and to Facebook and to everywhere at the same time. All right. Joe, how are you? Happy Friday to you as well. Friday. Hey, Larry, how you doing, buddy? Larry is saying hi to the crowd. Hey, Joe, check out those comments on the screen. Is that cool? We are turning pens today. This is going to be for Marsha Hargis right up front. And we're going to make this a flipper. And it's about the Joe Range flipper. It's a .48 with baseball bat ends. Hey, Sandy Black, how we doing? That's good to hear, Joe. Larry's doing great. I love those comments on screen because that means I can take my pad over here by the, let me get signed into my pad here. I don't even know what this thing is. It's some kind of Android thing. I think it's a Samsung something or other. Or Motorola. I can't remember what it is. Oop, that's the wrong one. Nope, I need the Google stuff. Here we go. YouTube's. All right, so now I can make that large. Oh, I can see the comments right on the screen. That is too cool. Man, I like that. Yeah, because now I can throw Twitch on there as well and say hi to all the Twitch people. Yeah, Joe, this is a pretty one. Very pretty one. We've done some others like this before. It's a Blanks by DPP. Carrie is screaming at me. We have one for sale in an E-pen. It's a 5-incher. I have done all my duties. I've cleaned out my filters and my collection bin and all that kind of stuff and ready to go for the night. Hey, Cindy, how we doing? Let's see. Where's my stuff here? Here we go. Forgot what the heck I was doing. All right, here we go. Getting your cedar boards. Just waiting to see when I can meet the person that cuts it. Very nice. Been a rambunctious work week. I did not go to South Carolina. Got about a 1 or 2 week delay on that program down there. So I've been here all week doing the thing. This coming Monday, we're going to be having the week, final week and grand prize and all that kind of stuff for the Be a Little Artsy with Mrs. Butter D. Oh, is that not the grand thing? Oh, I blew it. It's week 8. The following week will be the grand prize celebration. So we'll do that little thing in the office. And after that, I'll be coming into the shop and doing some pen turning. I am DPing the longest kit I have. Wow, what are you DPing, Cindy? Okay, here we go. Let's get some
it's
baseball bat.
Harry.
.48.
Here
Just
we
lower this
are.
a hair. Okay.
Hello, Tennis. Hello, Joe.
If you're going to be talking, Carrie, let me know that you're talking so I don't step over you.
I'm talking. Got a mic. Talking. I'm on the other side of the shop, so he doesn't know. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Larry. Hello, Cindy. And I think that's it. And a few other lurkers out there. Hello, hello. Just come pop on and say hello. See who's here. But Be a Little Artsy is coming to an end. We are finishing up week 8. And so we have a few more smaller prizes for week 8, which we will do on Monday, Sunday at 2 p.m. Central, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain, and noon on Pacific time to get your thing in. Dragon Brigade. Is that what you're working on, Cindy, or it restocked? There was some dragon thing that restocked today. It looks like a bunch of I know the artist, and it's a bunch of dragons cooking Mexican food. So it's kind of cute.
See how we're doing here.
And then, so week 8, we will have those prizes, and then you have the following. Anyway.
Dragon Brigade.
And then, so this Monday night will be the prizes for those that posted progress in week 8. And then towards the weekend, I will be putting up the grand prize entries if you finished your canvas. Now, there's no size requirements, just if you finished one canvas, 1 entry per person. If you did multiple canvases during the event, you can choose whichever one you did and put it up. And that will be in an email in that group. And then we'll wrap that up because you have until the 31st. And then on June 1st, we will wrap that up as well. So pretty exciting. And it'll come to an end. Then we'll have a Google form for everyone that participated or that's in the group with feedback on how it went, what you thought, any things you would recommend that we do differently for next year. And then whether you want it 4 weeks or 8 weeks or however you want it, that kind of thing. So should be pretty exciting. Or if you want it or not. Want it twice a year, once a year, all just kind of questions like that. Just feedback for us so we can kind of plan for future events and things like that. Because this was our first, and we did it ourselves. Well, actually, I did it myself. Tim was just the computer tech, and he turned all the beautiful blanks that people pre-ordered as well. That were actually blanks from DPP that were made to match the canvases.
0.48. All right. Cindy is working on it.
Well, working. Is that the one with the Mexican food, Cindy, or is that another? Am I thinking of the wrong one? That restocked today, I think. I don't know what that one was called. I'll have to go to the other computer and look it up. But a bunch of stuff restocked. Catch Me from Mrs. Butterdy restocked. And thank you, Raccoon Eyes, for letting us know that in the Facebook group. And then we're on to possibly a small event in July. It's being worked on The Leopards will host that, and then we are also hosting an event with Crafting and Crime Daily in August and part of September, August 1st to September 15th. And it's just it's pretty much work on a Christmas canvas. It's called The Great Escape, Escaping to Christmas. And so Rebecca will be featuring her art, and I believe they will be canvases. And so it's pretty exciting to get her artwork as canvases, and you get the matching release paper and possibly cover miners from Crafts with Crashly, where she is licensed. So very exciting stuff. Wow, I like those, Cindy. From Christina Yen, I like them. They're really good. Those dragons are funny. That cracked me up. See, I like funny, cute dragons. But there's so many dragons. After the year of the dragon, it kind of grew on me. More ducks are coming out tomorrow, people. It's called Lovebirds. And 2 ducks in the sink in the kitchen. It's kind of cute. That one caught my eye. There's some other nice ones out there, too. There's a Ivy Dellamore also out. It almost looks like Peter Pan. The girl laying in bed and then a fairy coming and kissing her. Kind of cute.
.50, .49, right in the middle there.
Yay.
A little bit more to go. Not much. A couple of molecules. Dang it. That sharpened boy really loves to grab. Okay, so what do we do for the middle of this one? This is technically a flipper. Is that chat not updating? Because, man, it's been a long while since somebody said something. I have a dragon wall up. Nice. Very cool. Okay. So we got to do something with this. We could just leave it like this and thin this up a little bit. Technically, it's a flipper. Marcia, I think she likes the flying tire. What's that, babe? I know. But this thing is so cool in the middle, I really don't want to cut into that. No, that would dig too much of this out. I might just make a single pane window in the middle. Because look how gorgeous that looks. To cut into all that right there, you'd lose the whole galaxy. And you buy this blank because it's cool looking, not because you need a flying tire. Although I love doing flying tires. Is that the middle? 1 1/8. 1. This thing is 5 1/4. Oh, it should be right here. There we go. 1 2 1/8. Come over here. 1 2 1/8. Perfect. Okay, so then if we're going to do that, we're going to make a single pane window as I drop my thing on the floor here. What's that? Okay. We're not to that point of the night, but we'll do that later. As you're packing it and I forget it, then you'll know. Sometimes that's how it works. Okay, so let's come out here to about, let's see, if we're going to, right on the 3 there, we'll come out about, we'll do a 1/2 inch either side. We'll make a nice little window. The Great Escape. It's a good movie, too. All right, that looks nice on that side. By the way, Diamonds Around the World's got a video up today. I want to go visit Will, see what he's up to. Generally, it sort of looked like Whippet Chat. I watched it on silent because I was working, but looked like he was just whipping and chatting or something. Got some pretty cool squares on that sheet. Nice and straight, too. Sure hope everybody's doing well. My whole weekend will be spent in the shop. Going to be having a good time out here. Probably going to get, maybe another 4 or 5 days ahead.
And what happens
Well,
Sunday?
not ahead, but caught
What
up.
happens Sunday, Tim?
Making a chicken.
What else happens?
Not a clue.
Don't know?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't know. I'll be turning. You'll be sleeping in. I'll get up and turn for 4 or 5 hours before you get up.
No, I'll be up earlier.
Oh, she'll be up
It's a
early
special
that
day.
Sunday.
That's all you're going to say.
That's enough.
That's enough. Yeah. Well, you'll find out on Sunday, so you might want to tune in to Sunday. Pretty fun.
All right, that's pretty good there. Let me just smooth that out a little bit there. Get that sized right for the size of the finger hole. Can't be too big. Joe, this is a flipper you'd be proud of. It's even your size. 0.48. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Well, Joe, I know that the sun will come up that day. Let me turn the blower off. Let's get the diaper in place. The sun will be up.
We're
The sun will
making
come
barbecue
out
chicken.
tomorrow. Yeah, making a spatchcock chicken, Joe.
And what you do was you
I'm
cut
gonna
up.
fire up the Traeger.
We-
do some cooking outside.
We got chips and dip.
Oh, no fair. The anticipation, says Joe.
Oh, I know. Sneaky leopards, we be.
Not really.
We are sneaky.
Sarah, how's things going?
Hi, Sarah. That's cool, Sarah. Congratulations.
What'd she do?
She is now licensed artist with Crashly.
Oh, that's cool.
So are you making things?
I didn't know you were an artist. I
Are
knew
you-
you made the bags.
Yeah. Are you? Is it with your?
Do
Fabric?
you draw too?
Well, I'm trying to find out, sir.
Yeah,
You
I
just
did
keep
not
the
hear.
turn.
Oh, mine's delayed. Yours is right away. Mine's about 8 seconds delayed, I think.
So are you? Is your bags the licensed thing with Crashly?
Yeah,
Or
what art? Well, she's a licensed artist, so it must be some art that she is drawing, painting, etc. Right?
yeah,
That's cool.
that's awesome.
That's good because I can't do that stuff.
Oh, I didn't know you were an artist, Sarah. I mean, I do because you did that beautiful back of the leopard leatherwork shirt, which I love and still wear today. I wore it at the Mingle in the Mitten retreat.
I didn't know you were an artist, like making things to be licensed. That's way cool.
That is cool. I did not know that. And I know you did. You're very creative because you did the back of our shirts.
Well, I know she could sew like a mad dog.
Well, the back of the shirt, she designed that whole thing and
Well,
drew
she's
the
got a
pen.
good sense of flair for structure, balance,
Uh-huh.
that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I'll definitely get some of your stuff when it comes live.
You gonna make some diamond painting things? She draws on her iPad. Very nice.
That's awesome.
That's a very good tool, by the way.
Next up, you'll be at a small shop somewhere or a big
I push
shop.
the buttons on my iPad and tell it to play stuff.
Yeah, I'm lucky I can use the
About
iPad. Mobile phone now, I use that a lot.
That is just fabulous. You know, my buddy Raymond, that guy used to go to what's the name of that town, Sarah? You live by with the artist festival every summer. Not Longwood, Longmont. He's a sculptor. He would go up there. Again, I can't do what he does, but man, can he do it like wild. And you're in that same category of having that artistic bone of being able to connect your brain with your hand. I can think of a lot of things. I just can't get them on paper. That's cool.
Oh, heck.
That is too cool for school. I always admire talent, truly.
There are some very cool blanks in the Facebook group from Jacob Jansen today.
Jacob Jensen.
A lot of you took advantage of that, and there's one blank color wave that sold out. That's exciting. It's gorgeous.
Man, I have worn a hole in this rag. Look at that. It looks like a scary person, doesn't it? Sarah, draw that. It's a scary pumpkin face. That means it's been seeing a lot of pens. Been a good week. Going to be a good weekend, I'll tell you. I'm all fired up for doing some stuff. You know, Cindy, I will have a fabulous Sunday because I'll be in here working for the customers, getting stuff done. Here's what happened really weird today. Had some extra time in the afternoon. I got to make a tray for Stacy. And I'm thinking, okay, let me come out and get it started because it's going to be about 5 or 6 layers of different particular artistic type of things. And oh yeah, that was the right call. Look at the middle of that sucker. That is very nice.
What did you end up doing?
Just did a little single pane window in here. Didn't want to lose that middle galaxy right in there. Very cool, very cool. All right, let me pull these bushings out of here. But yeah, I'll be in here having a good time, getting ahead. Then I got all day Monday to turn as well because it's a holiday for everybody.
Maybe you should go. Well, Mondays usually during the event they'll be a little artsy, so I'll probably be a little artsy, and then we'll continue the live and switch cameras and come into the shop.
That is correct.
So that is kind of fun.
The plan.
That's a neat thing.
Exactly the plan. Okay. Who's next? Let's come over here. Miss Bedelia. I don't know if she's here yet. We told her she was going to get turned.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, she's got a, is this fourth wing? No,
it's winter.
It's the winter one. Yeah, that's cool. Got to prep, and I'll be over here at the sander here for a second. Let me turn. I got to open up the vacuum port so we can pull all that sanding dust into there. Turn on the blower. I'll be right back to the monitor in a minute. All right, there it is. Let me switch those vacuum ports back. Okay, there we go. And what I have to do is, this is the dragon thing here, and I have to sand the back off because the back has tape and it's got some parts of these things here. You can see a little bit left of this one here. Because if I don't do that, I'm essentially shifting it over and it turns crooked. So then I just got to match up the dragons as I drill into it, and boom, it'll be perfect. What you got there, baby? Ah, very good. Yeah, I think what we learned from Enablers Outpost big event this year was that if you're going to do a year-long event and you have quarterly pens to do, we really need to get ahead. Like if anybody wants something for Christmas, we better be turning that sucker in September or October. Because if not, if you buy it in September or October, all the turners are 2 to 3 months behind. So you may not have it by then. Sadly, 'tis the season, right? When you put out those kind of things, it's usually sort of Christmassy, and nobody's going to have them until February or March. So yeah. Okay, first thing we got to do is round this puppy up. Make the square thing round, Sarah. Let's see, what do we got here? Larry. Oh, wow, says Joe. Larry says, scroll saw pattern designs, get there patterns for Pixar Unit. Yep, absolutely do. Hey, Buffy LeVamp, how we doing? Okay, let's get this baby spitting at 4 billion miles an hour. Blower on. Let's make it round.
Might even get to your pen tonight, Buffy. You are. There's a one he's doing, then you're the third one after this one, so there's 2 people in front of you. So you should get to it tonight.
And this proves right here that we're at about 3 months out, because this flight was paid for on February 25th, and it's almost May 25th. And if you count the month actually has 4.33 days, if you're being exact. So 3 months times 4.33 is about 12 and a half, 13 weeks. Hopefully I can gain some of that time on Monday. Maybe not 4 or 5 days off of that. And that's why I'm very excited for Monday. All right, that should be pretty round. All right, so there we go. There's the dragons. We'll slow it down a little bit. Let's see what we're doing here. We are doing 5.5 inches as is. Can't really cut this one down. A 0.50 rounded pointy and a mustache. These are all pretty standard turnings here because they're dragons or snakes or something. That's why I'm trying to get ahead, Joe. Trying to get ahead. Yeah, I was talking to Stacy Travis and Vicki Peterson and Lisa Duckett, and it's all about the same. Everybody's about, or Stacy Travis talks about she's years behind because she has a couple of customers that she has that have a lot of blanks. Oh, dang it. I need to raise this up a little bit too low. It's boxes and boxes of blanks. So she says she's years behind for one or two customers. Oh, I was telling you, I was doing this tray this afternoon. I came out probably about noon working on this tray. And the first layer of this tray, the top layer, looking at it, is this extremely pale blue transparent. In fact, the whole tray is nothing but transparent blues, the layers going deeper, and me making bubbles in between the layers. So I was laying the first layer down, and I had this little extra bottle of stuff that I haven't used in a while, and I guess it's exposed to the air, and it's part A of it. That's 0.55 there. It's part A, and I guess it pulls in humidity from the air. Because I mixed it with the B, I put it in the mold. It was a very thin thing. Came back an hour later because it was ready for the next application, and it had bubbled up like soap bubbles and got hard, like a bunch of Rice Krispies or whatever. And I thought, wow, it took me a while to figure out exactly what happened. And it was, I suppose it was just that. There was moisture in the mixture, and when it gets very hot, the bubbles form. It boils the water off because the resin gets very, very hot. So I got to restart that tray. And after I'm done with a couple of leak trays, I'm going to be experimenting with Cindy's tray. I got some pretty cool ideas there, Cindy. Pretty nifty, I think. Yeah, Joe, I couldn't believe somebody's like, hey, is my pen coming up? And we don't normally answer that. And I asked Carrie, I said, hey, where is she anyway in the lineup? She goes, oh, she's like Friday night. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's good timing. And then I'm like, well, when did she pay for her order? She goes, oh, February 25th. I'm like, wow. Okay, we're 3 months out then. Yeah, we did lose 2 weeks. Kidney stones and that retreat thing. But that's okay. No big deal. It is what it is, right? Everybody wants these things really, really bad. 0.53, so we're almost there. I'm going very slow because my carving knife is very, very sharp. And it loves to grab when it's really sharp. And this is so smooth right here, it's almost finished. 0.51. Supposed to get down to 0.50. Woo. Yeah, I never had any kidney stones that big, Joe. Man, that would have been a rough one. Woo, Dee-dee. Carrie actually had that surgery to get rid of the kidney stone too, where they go up the urethra and all that kind of stuff and blow it apart and then pull it out. No thanks, I say. I'll take the tiny ones I got. Mine get a little stuck at the back of the bladder, but once they're in the bladder, they flow like pebbles or like grains of sugar or whatever, grains of salt. I caught some in the filter one time, and they were just, it looked like I caught salt. That's how small they were. So I guess as far as kidney stones go, I'm one of the lucky ones. By the way, the Oklahoma City Thunder basketball team is now leading the Timberwolves 2-0 in those NBA conference finals. So just a couple of games away from making it to the championship, which is very exciting for them fellers. Oklahoma City is not one of those cities you think of having a championship basketball team, you know. It's always New York, Miami, the Jazz, the Bulls, the Lakers, Golden State, that kind of stuff. I don't think we're thin enough yet. Let's see how we're doing over here. We are at 0.58. Hey, Joe, is Shay going to reclaim her Sunday afternoon spot? I used to love turning when she was live. Then after she was done, probably an hour and a half later, I'd go live, or an hour later, for 30 minutes. She'd be on until about, 5:30, yeah. I used to go live at 7, so it'd be like an hour and a half or so. She really is a very good kind of funny, good at laughing at herself and not taking herself seriously and all that kind of stuff. Kevin is 3 or 4 squares away from finishing Spider-Man. If he's watching the live, he'll chime in and tell you exactly where. But he's getting close. He's been diligently working on it, that's for sure. All right, let's see how we're doing for a measurement here. We're down about 0.53. I'm such a chicken to take too much off. All right, we should be very close. We are not there. He's actually there right now, Joe, doing that computerized training stuff. He's going to be an early morning guy. So he'll be making the donuts in the morning. I guess they come in frozen and they got to warm them up nicely. All right, let's see where we're at. We are 0.50 on the money. Let's trim up this end here and get rid of the white overflow. Very nice. All right, let's skinny this middle down here a little bit. I imagine by tomorrow I can go a lot faster once I get this edge broken in on this little round blade here. I'm going to widen this up a little bit, make room for the round thing that's coming in there. Sets a little better rather than these two sharp edges. It smooths in there a little nicer. A little less aggressive cut, if you will. You can do a dragon pen as an E-pen. Absolutely. Yeah, any pen can be an E-pen. There's a couple of ways to do it, Joe. Because this is a 5.5-inch blank, you'd have to figure out how to modify it. You know, what would look good for you kind of thing. Because essentially, you need it to be about 5 inches long or shorter. So you could cut these two blue ends off, or you could just take it to the bottom of the dragon. That would be about 4 5/8. I mean, there's just all kind of cool stuff you could do. But yes, you certainly could. The cool thing about an E-pen is it doesn't matter whether it's clear or not, like it would be for an ink pen. But yep, certainly could. All right, we're going to call that one good. Let's check it out, make sure we got both sides. The dragon's all ironed out. Absolutely, looking great. All right, love it. Let's turn the blower off. And we'll get the diaper out. Yeah, in fact, I just did one for T-Ma. She actually gave me one at the resort or the retreat. And I really just had to cut it off and refashion it and drill out the middle. So she took an existing diamond painting pen and turned it into a E-pen. We even bought a couple of extra motors to take to the retreat with us. We're going to do some E-pens, and if somebody wants an E-pen and hadn't bought a motor, we'll have a motor there for them.
We have 2 so far. I want to go with 3.
Ah, well, you'd have to buy another one then.
I know, and then I'm gonna have one for the other retreat too.
You got a mic?
No.
People can hear you talking, or they just think I'm talking to myself.
I forget to leave it on, because then I go somewhere and start making noise in the kitchen.
Ah,
I take it off. So we're bringing about 3 to the GLE 2025 retreat.
3 motors.
3 pick Mondus, the machines, and then we'll have a selection of E-pens that people can buy, and then they can start using it right away. And we'll probably do that for a Lone Star retreat as well. And we'll probably do a selection of the retreat exclusive pen for each one. So we have the logo colors for both. And so we're doing we have those in the works too. So we'll have regular pens in the retreat exclusive, and then E-pens for those that want E-pens, because it's becoming that's more popular. So I like it. In fact, my battery died on mine, and then I went over to where Kevin was sitting, and I took his, and he needed his. He goes, "Did you take my Pick Mondu?" I'm like, "Yeah, mine died." So I need it. He's doing the spider web on Spider-Man, and it's all
Carrie's
in
not
ABs.
learned yet to not mess with a man's tools.
Oh, stop it. I bought the tool for him.
Let's see. Larry has a question. How hard would it be to make a tube to put a writing pen? I'm not sure how to get started. I thought about getting the cigar tube kit for writing pens. Hey, a tube or a case? I'm not sure what we're talking about now, but the writing pen kit comes with the tubes that you need, the brass tubes, tube or tubes, depending. So if you buy from Penn State and you get a cigar pen kit, it will come with the tubes that you need. Man, 3 watching on a Friday night of Memorial Day weekend. That's pretty dang good. More than I would expect. 11 people watching. That's pretty good for a Friday night. That is Memorial Day weekend. A lot of camping going on, a lot of fishing going on, a lot of getting ready for the barbecue going on, making potato salad, I buy mine at Walmart, but I don't have time to cook potato salad. That's right. Walmart delivers.
I don't even go. When I went to see my daughter-in-law, we went into the Walmart, but that was like the first time in a long time I had been in a Walmart, because my local Walmart neighborhood market, I'm in between 2 Walmarts that has my prescriptions and a drive-through, now does free delivery. So when my prescription's ready, I just add it to the cart, and then they bring it.
So Walmart and Amazon.
And there it
fighting
is.
for your delivery opportunities.
So I don't have to go in that line. And then I get some groceries there. I get salads that are really good at another market. I have to go into that one.
Wish there was what in Colorado, Buffy? I wish there was one in Colorado. Hey, Raccoon Eyes.
Oh, you mean the Walmart delivery kind of thing?
They're probably coming there soon. So there it is, the winter pen.
It depends on.
This Carrie could tell you what purple, blue, and ghost gold stuff in the middle.
Oh,
pretty cool.
are you buffing that? Yeah, you're buffing.
Not right now.
But that'll get out there. Yay. Yay.
So that
Okay.
one's done.
Next up is Ginny.
And there
I don't know
are
if Ginny
no-
is on yet, but I told her she was going to be returned.
There are no tips on that one or inserts. I got to put these headphones over here so they're charged up for tomorrow.
That would be good.
That would be good. All right, next is
I told her.
Ginny. You've seen Ginny in here before. Ginny Trioli.
Yeah.
She pops in here now and again.
Yeah, I told
Let's
her
see,
she
going to
was
be
being
5.5
turned.
inches long. And it is not quite 5.5 inches, but that's what she gets. And it's going to be rounded, pointy, 0.56. Standard, a little thicker, super. I don't know what that means. Does she want 0.56 or not? It says 0.56. Standard, a little thicker, not super thick. I don't know what that means. It's like, I would like a fat hamburger, but not too fat. Okay, what size is that then?
She wants a little bit more than regular medium on the border.
I don't know what a little bit more means.
I don't either. I told her, she said she would be on.
Because a little bit more is different for everybody. Somebody will say, can you make that a little bigger? Absolutely. What measurement do you want? Hate to disappoint, you know. Want to give them what they want. I can say, yes, Sarah, I need a longer zipper for my bag. Well, how much longer? I don't know, just a little.
Let me see what it's.
What's that mean? I don't know either.
You can round it for now. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, it'll take me a second to get there.
They turn now.
Got to round it up first.
The only time I use Facebook for some people is when.
Let's see. I'm in Colorado too, Buffy. That would be awesome. Yep, that's awesome. I think they should do one at the YMCA of the Rockies. Do what? What am I missing here? I'm missing
Hey
something.
Tim, can you come here for a sec? This is what it says. Got that.
I would love a standard, a little thicker. Now, I don't know what that means.
I'm thinking this is what she's considered standard medium.
Well, medium is 0.56. I don't know what standard means.
So make it a medium thick,
I don't know what measurement is that?
like 55.
I don't know what medium thick is.
Well, a little thicker than 0.56, I guess.
Then why would she choose 0.56?
I don't know. Do I know the answer? That's
I
why I
don't
asked her to be
know.
on, because I didn't understand her
See,
notes.
these are the questions I can't answer in life. I'm just not good at it.
And she says she likes detailed
A
turning.
retreat. Oh, absolutely. I wish there was a retreat there. Yeah.
She said,
Carrie's going to be planning one for Oklahoma, so you can watch out for that one.
she said she likes detailed turning.
Okay. So maybe get bases or something. 'Cause that's pretty big, pretty detailed. I'm very good at following instructions. I'm not good at guessing.
That's why I say. Oh, she says on the notes. Ginny says because measuring
If
is
you're
not.
talking, I can't hear you over here by the lake. It doesn't mean anything to me either. Oh, I'm sorry, Ginny. I will do whatever you want. I just don't know what you want.
That's why we have you on, so you can talk to Tim and explain how
I
thick
am
you
here
really
to
want it.
serve my customers. And let me get this rounded up and we'll have a little discussion.
Back in the early days, we turned medium, and then people would say, well, that's not medium enough. So we started going to the measurement. That way people get it the way they like it. So what's medium for me may not be medium for you. I like a medium thick, almost thick, but not thick, a huge thick. So I'm a 0.61, which is a medium thick, which is a little bit thicker than a medium.
And I'm not looking at the screen right now, so you have to forgive me.
That's why
I'm
we
busy
do
paying
the
attention to
measurements.
tool.
Not because we want to make it hard. It's just we want to get you what you want.
But Ginny, I am glad you're here. All right, nice and round. Beautifully round.
Now
Okay.
she says Wow, I'm super. Here, I'm going to put it up on the screen.
So this thing is bigger than an inch right now.
Look on the screen.
What's that? I can't see that. Oh. Well, I'm super sorry my message wasn't clear enough or good enough to handle the turning. Feel free to skip it. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
So did you measure it and get a 0.56, Jenny? We're in no hurry. We can definitely slow down.
Yeah.
Let me turn the blower off so I can hear
I was
Carrie
just
talk.
explaining what medium is to some people is not medium to everybody.
Did you ask Jenny to send a picture of her holding a pen? Because that would give you an idea of how
did.
thick
I
a
never
pen
got
she
one.
likes. Oh. Jenny, if you could messenger Carrie a picture of you holding a pen, that will give me an idea. I want to make sure it's right. If I make it too thin, your hands may cramp. Thanks, Joe. That was my low voice. And if it's too thick, then that won't be good either. You won't use it. And I want you to use this puppy because this is a gorgeous blank. I'm talking gorgeous. We're going to be here for a little bit. So
He sent over here to me. I'm all set. If he doesn't want to turn it because I couldn't provide the right info, that is fine with me. Sorry for the inconvenience.
no inconvenience at all. I am here to serve you. That is for
You
sure.
just want to do it right. That's what we're
so
saying.
so the question is, and this is really good for everybody when they're measuring pens. Jenny, why did you choose 0.56? Was that random or did you actually do a measurement? Because 0.56 is sort of a medium hold. If you want a little bit thicker, and you got plenty of space on this blank, it's already over 1 inch, so we'll get everything you need out of this one blank. And you want rounded pointy, so we're good to go with whatever you need there. But yeah, chat with Carrie there, and we will get her done correctly. That way, when you get it, you go, oh, it fits so nicely, and then you'll use the heck out of it. Yeah, Carrie and I were talking about the Oklahoma retreat just yesterday, and we had a couple of ideas. You could have it. I mean, you could always have it in the country at a retreat center, but then there's nothing around. Or you could have it to the other extreme and have it downtown at a place like the Omni where they have tons of room, tons of nice experience. It's a hotel, and there's everywhere to walk in Oklahoma City that's great. Restaurants, and go over to Bricktown and have fun stuff over there. You can go to the memorial where the Oklahoma City bombing happened. It's only a couple of blocks away.
It's a museum and a whole big fun thing.
Yeah, so I mean, so that was the difference, is way in the country where you're doing nothing but diamond painting and you got nothing else to do, so that's all you do, or a little mixture, you know. Yeah, Joe loves the Omni. Yeah, I've never been there, Joe, but I heard it was very nice. What is Jenny saying? Anything?
It's okay. Anything is fine with me.
Oh, no, I don't want to do anything. I want to do what she wants. Do you have a picture, Jenny, of you holding a pen?
I asked her to send me a photo.
Okay.
Now we want to help her.
Yeah, just snap one on your phone there or something, and that'll give me a really good idea. Unless you have Andre the Giant hands, then we're screwed again.
Turner's Choices, that's what we were going to do in the middle.
Oh, yeah, you're going to get vases because you love an intricate turning, and that's going to be looking awesome.
Right. We're just trying to get the
finger
measurement, the finger grip, like how thick it is. So if you could send me a picture of one of your pens and you holding it.
Watch the screen, Jenny. I'll grab that pen I just did. And the thing that we're measuring, and maybe it's not super clear, and that could be too if you're new to the custom pen world, but you're going to get rounded pointy, so your end is going to look like this, but what we're measuring is how big that is right there. See, that's a 0.50, which would be too small for you, and that's where your fingers go. And that's got to be really comfortable, because if not, all through here will ache and your arm will ache and stuff. Let me
get one of my fingers.
In fact, somebody says, man, I can't believe a custom fit pen, because now she can diamond paint for hours on end with no cramps. She likes the mixture. Yeah, me too, Joe. I like the, you can diamond paint, and everybody loves to diamond paint, but maybe people want to go out for dinner. Maybe they want to go see some sights, do some boot. There's one of those high-end boot shops down there in Oklahoma City too.
They're 0.61. See if those are too thick for her.
And then here, as an example, Jenny, is carries are a 0.61. So you can see the portion where you're holding, this is thicker. And this may be more what you want if you like a thicker one, but not too thick. Because this still has some sexiness to it. And it's a really good grip. So it all depends. Larry, I think you were talking about the case to put the pen in. Was that it? Like when you're giving the gift away, you're going to say, here's your pen, and they open up the case kind of thing. They sell those for just a couple of bucks at online or at Penn State. They got little things like that. So yeah, Jenny, we are here to serve you. We're in no hurry. No hurry at all. So if you like that 0.61 kind of thing, that's Carrie's type of grip.
You can always put on the notes. Carry some. One other customer.
Yeah, if you get there, yeah, absolutely. We're in no hurry to mess things up. We're here to get you whatever you need. Larry says I did, but confused on how to put the question. That's okay, Larry. Ask it again. No big deal. The texting is free. But yeah, and Jenny, no pressure. We just, and everybody here is used to the same thing. We want to give them exactly what they want. Ask Joe how long she can diamond paint with hers. And I don't know whether Joe has small hands or not, but she loves a very small finger hold. I want to make a cigar tube case for a writing pen, but don't know how to get started. First thing I do is ask a cigar store for a pen or for a cigar tube. Oh, so yeah, Joe can do it forever. Got small hands, got a very small grip. Heck yeah. The let's see. Yeah, DP for hours without a problem. Love it. So Larry, you're going to need a chuck to hold the piece of wood, and you're going to need a drill bit large enough to drill in there. There you go, Cindy, 16 hours a day. Yeah, absolutely. Cindy knew exactly what she needed. It was perfect. And Cindy's diamond painting right now. Jenny, say anything over the chat there?
No.
You want to hold off for a minute? Is she still around?
Yeah, we can move on, and then if she comes on, we can do that. I don't know.
Yeah, because she's going to love this, because this is a gorgeous blank.
It's the gorgeous blanks by DPP. Let me tell Holly.
Let's move on. I'm going to hold this one to the side for a minute, Jenny. And as soon as you and Carrie figure out exactly what you need, then I am going to turn it next. Oh, this is a cool blank. I like it. That is cool. And literally, it'll only take me 15 minutes to turn it. So no big deal. We're going to be here for a bit tonight.
This is
Holly is Patsy Putty. You figure her name would be Patsy, right?
Well, maybe she has a good reason.
Maybe she wanted to be Peppermint Patty, but Patsy Putty sound better. Yeah, keep chatting with Jenny, and we'll get her hooked up.
Since this is her first leopard at 4 3/4.
Yeah, first leopard pen, maybe her first custom pen. It's a
Is
big.
that 4 3/4?
No. Is that what she wanted? Oh.
No.
No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, and she getting screw-in threads?
Yep.
Nice. Let me get this cut down.
She thought it would be perfect to have a leopard for her first leopard pen. So.
I'm over at the saw. And you know, Jenny, and I hope you're still watching,
She said said she has over 200 pens and
Woo, that's a bunch.
never tried to figure this out.
Oh,
I said, show me a photo.
well,
of
grab
it."
her favorite pen that she loves to use the most, and that's the one to go by.
Yep, that's what I said.
Yeah. We can guess that. We'll guess pretty good. 200 pens. You guys are beasts. I'm telling you. And I've seen some collections that are just amazing. I mean, it's sort of infinite, right? How many different ways can you mix a color and turn a pen? It just goes on forever.
So many, a lot of people have different pens and different things, and there's newer, more.
Here we go.
Out there now. There's cooler books out there now than there was at the craft. So a lot of people are wanting to, like, pens they don't use, make room for even more pens.
And maybe Ginny wants variety in her sizes to give her fingers a rest.
I have a picture. I'll print it for you.
0.63 out of this one, huh? That's a pretty thin blank to get a 0.63. Still not round. This one was wider than it was tall. Little deceiving.
Now I see what you were explaining, Jenny. It makes more sense in the picture.
Almost there. Hey, Yannette. I'll go look at that chat in just a second here. Wasn't paying attention when you popped in, and now it's all rolled up. All right. Let's see. Hello, Yannette. It's okay. I'm glad you're here, whether you're late or not. No, you do have a life, Cindy. You're a diamond painter. That black is beautiful. Wow. Oh, the blank. Yeah. Oh, cool. So check this out. So this wants to be a 0.63, but we're starting off at a 0.76. Is this round and pointy? That'll work if it's round and pointy. Oh, that'll be good then. Round and pointy. That's cool. That's good. That's good. Yep, I see that. That'd be very nice. See, there's a couple of air bubbles in there in that blank.
That's a dog blank, by the way.
Yeah.
Making a leopard blank for us.
They have bushings and a kit-only place I can find is woodcraft, but I may have to do that too. Yeah, you could take a big chunk of wood and I guess you got to turn it first, and then you got to put a big drill bit in there. You know, something like this. That would go down into the middle of that thing and carve it out so you could slip a pen in there. That'd be pretty crafty, Larry. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Rounded, pointy. Let me slow this down just a little bit. There we go. All right, for rounded, pointy, let me lower this just a hair. Move it in a hair. Okay, here we go. And Carrie has a picture for me, and I think it's probably of Ginny's Desire, which is awesome. Again, I'm really going slow because this thing is sharp. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because it'll just grab that blank. I bet you everybody's got a little bit of patsy putty out there, right? Let's see, we're down to 0.69. Okay, we got a little bit more room here. That's good. I'm such a chicken with this sharp knife. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's the sunflower, Joe, the putty that nobody's going to use because it's so gorgeous. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Let's see. 0.65. We're getting very close. And show me the picture, baby, or do I got to come over there? I don't know, whatever picture you're going to show me. Oh, okay. Cool. All right, there we go. All right, that should be exactly where we want to be. Boy, yep, on the money. Love it. Now we'll make a little pointy part. We got the rounded part. Now we're going to do the pointy part. And I'm going to California in mid-June. Going to Dublin, California, and then Orange County.
I want to go to Disneyland. Come with you, Tim.
All right, there's rounded pointy on that end. Let's go to the other now. Yeah, Sydney's got that diamond painting dialed in, man. I'm telling you. By the way, Sydney, that is your life. Everybody's life is different. And yours is the diamond painting aficionado with the Coverminder collection.
Cindy has almost every resin item we have ever made.
Now see here, these little tiny pieces, the black piece fell out because the 3D printed plastic does not adhere well to that. So we'll have to fill that in a little bit with some CA glue so it's smooth. Or hopefully it's just still too thick. Figure that out in a minute. Still got a little more room to go here. I mean, Cindy, I don't have a life either. I work during the day, do pens on the weekend. That is my life. Oh, dang. See, we're missing a little piece in there. Popped out right there. We'll fill that in with CA glue. We can't go any more thinner there. That's a problem with 3D printed blanks is if you have small pieces and you happen to turn into those small pieces, they may not have enough adhesion. Oh, see that, how that piece came out? Ruined that whole pen. Hey, Carrie, you got another one of these? Carrie, you got another one of these? Because look at that. That 3D printed piece came out, and I have no idea where it went.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, that if that's her pens and those are her fingers, that's a 0.60 all day long. Although that purple and teal one is a little thinner. But yeah, these are, that's probably about a 0.64. That's about a 0.58. Yeah. So she wants a 0.6. Okay.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, but the problem is it might happen again
I don't know.
because these 3D printed ones, I'm telling you, I don't like them because just that happens right there. Let me sand this one down here. Let me turn the big blower on here. Blower on. All right, we got most of that off. I'll show you what I did. A little bit left on. But here, and I explained to you with a 3D printed blank, and even the ones I pour in resin, they're always going to have a back on them that holds all the little pieces together. So here's the front where you see the leopard spots, and on the back there's going to be a solid black piece, and I really need to sand that off. If not, that actually is part of the circumference. So now the largest this pen could be is 0.8, right? That's what it's going to be. Even though this way it measures an inch, it's 0.8 this way. And I'm doing this on screen because I'm going to have Don look at this. He needs to pour these a little thicker or not cut them off or something. But one of the things I've mentioned to those guys at these blank makers is to leave all this stuff off the end. Just put it in the center because that's where you're going to see it anyway. Usually your fingers are all over the end. And again, we may run into the same thing where I'll show you what happened. If just in case you missed it, this is still mounted, but this piece here fell out because it's not adhered all that well. So this end here fared pretty well. These were like puzzle pieces locked in there, but this one here was too free to fall out. Didn't have any keyways down there to stay there. So that's a bummer. But what I will do is I'll cut this off. I'll make it an E-pen. We'll just take it and sell it to someone else. But this is what we're going to do for Holly now. I got to cut this one off a little bit. And again, I'm going to have to look and see where I cut it now because I want to make sure I don't have those little pieces on the end, and that's going to be real difficult. I'm not complaining, just strategizing because this is a gorgeous blank. All right, so we're going to keep that in there. If I cut that to 4, and what was this again? 4 3/4? Yeah, 4 3/4. And I take it up to there. What's that going to give me? Well, shoot. It's going to give me another one of those pieces that may fall out. And I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So this is 4 3/4 right here. So when I'm rounding that, this piece here really doesn't have a lot of keyways to keep it plugged in. Like if it had one of these here in there somewhere, then it might hold it in there, but like a puzzle piece. This one may fall out as well, but it's a little encapsulated there, sort of like that. So you got to look at what we're doing when we're, oh boy. This end here, fine, because these are all keywayed. We'll have to see how that goes. Again, gorgeous blank. Would look fabulous on a pen, an ink pen. All right, let me get this cut off. Whew, scary, isn't it? Just scary. The cool thing is that if I have a pen that does that, it's not a total loss because I could take that blank, cut the bad end off, drill a hole through the middle, and we have a e-painter pen. So no loss at all. Yeah, Buffy says, oh, mine will be the same. So we'll have to watch out and see how we're doing that, Buffy. Make sure we're hitting on the right strokes. Make sure we're, and you got to take all that into consideration. It's not just as quick as drilling and turning. You got to think about stuff like that, especially on these. And I've learned over time, and that's how I know.
This is the full length and just and a thick finger grip, so you might not have.
That's true. If it's a thick finger grip and full length, we may not have that issue. Okay, here we go. We're going to make this one round again. Give it a shot. I'm not even angry. It's just like, it's just part of the deal. Part of what we go through. All right, here we go again. Blower is on. See, I just felt a piece fly off there. What flew off? That right there. Whatever that was, it won't matter because we'll make it thinner than that, but that piece just blew out of there for whatever reason. A weakness in the plastic, likely. Oops, something just flew out of there. Yeah, see, a little piece fell off of there. Still a bit thick, not even fully round yet. And that could be caused by a pause in the 3D printing for whatever reason. No idea why. Ooh, it just flew out of there. Look at that. Not much holding it down. There's not much adhesion. And again, remember, resin doesn't stick to plastic. And if this one does the same thing, I'll just go back to Don and say, here's what happened. Here's a photo. He's really good about receiving feedback because everybody's always learning. And I'm going really slow just to minimize any big grabs. Oh, something just came out of there. Something just came out of there. Oh my goodness. So let's see what we got now. So we're missing big chunks of this one. So with this, they won't go. Because if I got to do vases in here, those, we'll try. See, half of this one's gone. Doggone it. Well, let's try. See what we get. It could be that those vacant spaces don't matter because we're going to carve them away anyway. All right, I say we're pretty round now. Let's see what the world's saying out there. Let's see. The blank is obviously haunted. Hey, Kev Dogs Epic Life. That's Kevin now. He got rid of the sports life thing. Poor blank. Yeah, Buffy, it just happens that way. It's just plastic and resin do not adhere very well to one another. There's a tiny bond, but not much. So what we're going to do is proceed forward, see what we can make. Okay, we're going to get round and pointy again. And the whole goal is that we carve through those blank spots and they won't matter because they're above where we're carving down towards. Right now, there's a piece missing in there. We're down to 0.68, so we're still going, and there's that little piece right there missing. It just cracked off. But let's see what we're doing here. almost makes me a little sick to my stomach because, you know, it's a gorgeous blank that just didn't work for whatever reason. Now let's see how we're getting down to there. And I'm peeling molecule by molecule off. That's a 0.65. So we only got 0.02 to go. Oh, that just completely came out. See it grab that piece right there. But I can fill that in, so that's not a total loss. It'll be clear, and that's okay. Let me see where we're at down here for a measurement. Well, yeah, that's right where we need to be. And I can fill that one with CA glue. So that one that you can see on the side, it's just a little thing, a little spot that just didn't make it. All right, let's see. We're going to do the end now. See how the end shapes up. We'll take it nice and slow. And by the way, I only don't like not turning 3D blanks or 3D printed blanks. I love the look of the 3D printed blank. And hey, I've had some resin ones where I've waited too long in between casting one color on another, like the dragon blanks and stuff. And I waited too long and they got too hard and they didn't adhere and they fell apart. Same way, the little pieces just come out. So I've just recast them, and I recast them faster so that what I'm putting them into is still molecularly tacky. So it'll grab onto them better. Right now we're doing okay on this end. So it's not a blank maker's fault. It's just the stretching the limits of the mediums that we play with. And Dawn and Jamie, they got great ideas. Very artistic, lovely, fantastic. Just every once in a while it doesn't work out too well. All right, so let's see how this one worked here. See, I'm not going to make that too pointy because I don't want to lose anything. Although these are fully encapsulated, so I could go if I wanted to. That's a good end, and all I got to do is fill that in with CA glue right there. And there's really not even much to fill in. It's almost turned away. Okay, let's try the other end here. See where we're going. And she wants vases on this, so we'll have to see how the vases will go. Oh, there goes a piece right there. But it might be above where we're going to head, so we'll see. We'll not get excited yet. And again, these guys that are making these blanks, they come from the ink pen market. And this would be a gorgeous ink pen blank because you got a brass tube on the inside holding it all together. Look at that big chunk that came out of there. Yeah, look at these. This is no good. Doggone it. Oh, that sucks. Another e-painter pen here. And I'll do some fancy carving in there. But see, even this one here, I start carving on that. Watch this. I'll pop that right off. Look at that. Same thing here. They just pop right off. That's a bummer. Okay, Carrie. Let me turn the blower off. Let me get rid of these. These are not going to work. These are, I'll talk to Dawn later. I'll take some photos and that kind of stuff. Okay, we're back to Ginny now. Ginny wants an intricate turn. And what's that, babe? I'm holding on. More news, she says. Awesome. I love news because news means detail.
And I showed you the pictures, 2 pictures.
Yeah, Buffy, just keep buying them. And don't worry, Dawn will take care of this. Him and Jamie are freaking awesome. What do we got
It
here?
says, I think I figured out what the problem is when I went to place my order. I didn't see any of those measurements as a choice, so I tried to pick the closest one. Looks like 0.52. That is 1.625 converted and rounded up near 2 decimal points.
Right.
Sorry, I was driving. Perfect. I will.
So this one here looks like a 0.52,
Yeah.
not that one.
Right.
So does she want? Does it just go to a 0.56?
I don't know because I'm just going. But this is April 27th. I received that message from him on April 27th. So it's in the email.
Message from who? Me? Oh.
Yeah, apparently.
Do. Casey's General Store. You know, it's one of those convenience stores like 7-Eleven, Buc-ee's, and of course, not as great as Buc-ee's, but 7-Eleven, Speed Track, Racetrack, Speedway.
You said looks like 0.52. That is 1.62 converted, rounded up to the nearest 2 decimal points.
That's pretty small.
That's what you said to her.
Oh.
She sent a picture of her thing.
Oh, yeah. If she gave me that measurement, that's what it would be.
No, she sent a picture.
No. Yeah, but she sent a picture of her measurement, right?
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding.
I don't. They're not coming up in here.
You have to go to the original email. 424 there. Right? No, I don't know what that is. Scroll up. Go all the way to the bottom, see if there's an attachment. Yep.
Those. But I don't know where those came.
Right there.
It won't open.
I don't know what. Yeah, click on. It's just a text. Oh, man.
It's the way it responds.
So go to your set box then.
I am in my sent box.
Oh, go to your inbox then. Look for Ginny. There you go. Pictures and everything.
That's just the picture of
Yep.
the blank. That's just the blank. Oh, that's that.
Yep. So if that's what she's measuring, that's 1.625, and that would be a 0.52.
Right.
Perfect. We'll do a 0.52.
I guess.
Beautiful. And these are going to be rounded, pointy. Yeah, she even sent a measurement. Perfect. That is the best.
So, and she wants detailed terms. So
Yeah.
There's something else. Here are some of her other pens.
I see.
That's a butterfly.
Yep.
That's a butterfly. There is sort of like a vases type thing there.
We'll get it, Care.
Okay, whatever.
We will get it. Okay, here we go. Blower on. Rolling on Ginny's blank. And she's getting what? Rounded, pointy? Yep. Rounded, pointy. Here we go. Yeah, we'll have to do a little surgery on those blanks there and explain to Don. And Don and Jamie are fabulous, so they'll take care of it very well. Oh. And yeah, Buffy, if yours came out of the same batch, Don will be able to track that and know.
Buffy's neon color.
The cool thing about Casey's, Joe, is they close at 10 p.m. Everybody else is keeping on rolling. They're out the door. Because you really don't sell that much overnight. For all the wages that it takes to keep it open, susceptibility to theft, robbery, that kind of stuff. Oh, better to send everybody home. .63. We're going to a .52. It's down around your range, Joe. .60. Getting down there. It takes a long way to dig to China. Got a .55 there. I'm probably going to call that one quits on that end because we are almost deep enough. So we got to do a little bit more digging. Okay. Joe, if I can rescue one of those leopards, we can have that one. And that way Don won't have to replace that one. And I'd imagine out of those two, we're going to be able to rescue at least one of them. And you've got a very thin finger grip, so we'll see how that goes too. Whose? Yeah, yep. But Joe wants the leopard one if we can turn it into an E-pen. And after I'm done with this one, Joe, we'll try that tonight. Just to see if we can. Whew, this is a lot of blank, I'll tell you. It's a thick one. And I'm going so slow because of this sharp knife. When I'm done turning and I feel this, it feels as smooth as a finished pen. Not quite exactly, but you know what I mean. It's this sucker is sharp. It doesn't hurt me, but it sure loves to grab those blanks. You hit them at the wrong angle. All right, let's just trim a little bit of this off the end here. Little by little. All right, let's see where we're getting down here. 0.6, 0.52 on that end there. Almost there. Just got to take a couple of more molecules off. Now, let's see how many molecules we took off. We took off not enough. Not enough. Point 0.55. Dang, man, we're still digging. Hey, Joe, remember when we were kids, we used to talk about digging to China, digging a hole so deep we'd go to China? It came off a Bugs Bunny Roadrunner cartoon where they were digging a hole and a Chinaman in one of those broad rimmed hats popped his head up out of the hole. And I thought, is China really on the other side of the earth or is it off to one side or the other? And now we're going to take some meat off the middle here and get us a gorgeous cut. Oh, see how that sharp thing loves to grab? Luckily, we're thick enough. Everybody see Jacob Jansen's drop in the group today? My goodness, what a gorgeous bunch of blanks. Wow. Of course, it'll be a couple of months before I turn one, but man, what a bunch of gorgeous blanks. So yeah, Joe, that's what Kara and I were thinking about for a retreat, was to not have it too remote in the middle of nowhere where nobody couldn't Uber eat something or grab an Uber somewhere or, something like that. And I've never been to the Omni, but that was one of the things that popped up in downtown that seems like a lot of people have weddings and stuff at, or meetings and things like that. So they're going to have some good conference space, banquet rooms, ballrooms, that kind of stuff. Okay. Let's find us the middle of this puppy here. Raccoon Eye. Speaking of cartoons, I just saw that Tom and Jerry from 85 this year. Wow. Oh, that's too cool. Too cool, Raccoon. 5 3/8. That would be 2.5 is the middle. And then 3/8 would be about right there. There's the middle. Yeah, beautiful colors. Worth it. Yep, absolutely. All right, we're going to do some, looks like about a good measurement there. Tighten down the calipers. Here we go. Never been there, Joe, but we're going to check it out. There's a really cool hotel down in Sulphur, and I think it's called the Artesian. The only problem with that is you fly into Oklahoma City and you got to drive, an hour and 40 minutes south. Now, if you're driving, Joe, that's even closer for you. That'd probably be like less than 2 hours. Yes, absolutely, Joe. Again, we've not decided on anything yet, and we're all just trying to figure it out. This will be not our first event, but our first retreat. Carrie's been to a number of cross-stitch retreats over the years. So she has an idea, and we've been to 2 or 3 diamond painting retreats put on by some very talented groups of ladies that well, I tell you, if I put one of those events on, it would be terrible. It would just be tables and electricity and lighting. I would forget all the t-shirts and forget all the fancy stuff everybody wants, the prizes, the giveaways, and that's where Carrie comes in, because she will be bonkers at that. And Rebecca's going to help. She's just a couple hours up the road. And oh, I'm sure, Joe, you've probably been to enough that you got 3 or 4 cents you can add to the crowd. Doggone it. Quit grabbing my knife. All right, that one's done. You will help. That'd be awesome. I remember going to Eufaula Inn and laughed about it. Lake Eufaula. Yeah. Was that not good, Joe? I do love the Lake Eufaula area. I just don't know how the Eufaula Inn shores up, for that kind of retreat deal. Man, I got to be so careful. This knife is so sharp. It takes more muscles to cut with a sharp knife. Joe, you've never been to a retreat? Wow, I thought you were old hat. I thought you'd been to a bunch. Oh, shoot. There you go, Joe. I know there's tremendously talented people, very experienced in just this thing. What I'm good at is carrying stuff and setting up stuff and making sure the electricity is going to every table and all that good stuff. All right, I think Ginny will like that one. This is one of our more intricate turns. Takes the longest, that's for sure. Get these vases just right. All right, there we go. All right, whew, that's exhausting. Trying to hold that super sharp knife. Keep it from grabbing too much. I thought it was funny. Lake Eufaula Inn. Oh, that's funny. How about Eufaula Inn the lake? Was it nice, Joe, or was it a dump? So there's there's 3 kinds of people that attend retreats. There are those that desire to show you all the cool stuff they've been working on, and they're very proud of it. Sue Bell is one of those ladies, and let me tell you, she showed some kits that she had been working on, and I think she is truly the queen of bling, and I mean bling. And she had some kits that she had blinged up, and oh my goodness, they were on fire. So she showed that. Of course, she's over there diamond painting too. And then there are the ones, now you look at Marion, man, when Marion gets there, she is there for business, man. She is turning, and I mean, she is diamond painting like mad. Oh yeah, she got the wagon. She got supplies, and then there, Rochelle, who's going to be at GLE, she goes, yeah, I brought too much because all I ever did was walk around, check everybody else's stuff out, and talk to them, and socialize and shoot the breeze, and I'm that kind of guy that I'm just running around making friends and saying hey and answering questions and just generally farting around, playing video games on my laptop right there across from Carrie. Oh, Eufaula has a sulfur smell? I didn't know that. It's like rotten eggs. No, that's Lake Eufaula. She didn't like the sulfur smell. I don't know what causes that out there, but must be some sulfur somewhere out there. Okay. Let's get to finishing this baby up. It's going to be pretty. Yeah, every time I've driven past Lake Eufaula, you go right through it, as you're going up and down. What is that, 59 or something like that? And beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. People out on the lake skiing and boating and rafting and doing all that kind of stuff. Canoeing. Oh, I don't like that sulfur smell anyway. Nobody likes that. Ugh. That's why they put sulfur in gas, natural gas, because natural gas has no smell. And when you're smelling rotten eggs in the house, you either got rotten eggs or you got a gas leak. Yeah. What you got over there, Bear? Oh, she's just figuring out what she's doing over there. All right, shaping up nicely here. So Joe will pitch in as well, Carrie, on the event. She was an event coordinator for her company. Yeah, it'd be you, Rebecca, and Joe so far. And Tala. Yeah, Tala, who lives right nearby here. Nice. Yep. They'll have plenty of room because they're like a wedding place, wedding meeting kind of thing. Well, the grand ballroom would be way too big. You got a mic? Oh, then nobody can hear you. And I can't relay all that. Ah. It'll be somewhere in Oklahoma City, somewhere in or around Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City has got plenty of connections around there. It's a great airport to go in and out of because it's like a medium small airport. I can literally park my car in the parking lot, grab my bags, go down the elevator, take the tunnel underneath, come up into the Delta check-in, and of course, Clear is only 45 feet away from Delta. So I would walk through Clear, get secured, TSA, all that kind of junk, and literally be at my gate from 10 minutes of locking my car. I love that. So yeah, Joe will help. That's good. We need a lot of help. More help than you could imagine. Yeah, somewhere, Buffy, in and around Oklahoma City. Middle of the country. So tickets will be cheaper if you have to fly. If you get to drive, it's, could be a drive if you're coming from California, but if you're coming from some other state near and around, it's, 3, 4, 5 hours maybe. Heck, we drove 16 hours to get to that mingle in the mitten. Could have flown, but we can't take as much with us. Where when you drive, you just load it up and go. Good. I got rid of that piece. There was a little piece of glitter sticking out, and it has gone away. And Joe, if I can turn that thing into a E-pen, we'll even drill it tonight. That way everybody can see how you make an E-pen. An E-painter pen, not an E-painter, but a E-painter pen, which means you use a little vacuum pump with it to pick up the drills like ABs that don't like to stick to the putty and the wax. Oh, yes, ma'am, Joe. Yeah, you're an Oklahoma girl anyway. Yeah. You're more Oklahoma than we are. We just happen to live here for 6 years. All right, there you go, Buffy. Oh, that's a beautiful one. That is a great pen. Wow. Ginny. What did I say? Buffy. Sorry, Buffy. Starts with a G, not a B. But Buffy Levant, this is still a gorgeous pen, even though it's not yours. There's I don't know what that floaty glitter is in there. Is that a cat or a dragon or snake? Oh, it's a seahorse. That's a seahorse in there. Huh. Seahorse glitter. Never heard of such a thing. There we go. All right. So, Joe, let's see. Which one do? We did this one here. This is going to be the E-Painter pen. So what I need to do first is let me take a picture of this first so I can show Dawn. Let's see. Is my phone out here? I need your phone, baby. I'll get my phone. Okay. It's in here. It's close by. Okay. Somebody from the Philippines has texted my WhatsApp. No. Don't know anybody in the Philippines. See if I can turn this over. There we go. That'll be better. All right, that looks good there. Okay, so Joe, with this one here, I need to cut it off. And I got to I think this will be a good place right there for a bee stinger. Yeah, that'll work. All right, and now I got to stand it up because now it's very short and a little too short for my drill press. So I'll put an extra piece below it. Oh, can't do that because it won't hold it. Let's try it here. All right, so we got that cut off. We got a hole drilled in it for the bushing, but I do think I need to drill all the way through it now. So I'm going to do a little change up on the lathe here. This will be a little experiment deviation. We take the dead center out. That's the pointy part that drives the pen. And we're going to take this part out over here. We're going to move that over there, put it out of the way. We'll set that down there. And we'll get this drill bit thingy out here. This will be the thing that cuts through. Then we got to get the chuck out. You guys know Chuck, right? Meet Chuck. This is Chuck. Chuck hangs out right here. And then Chuck holds the bit. And I'm going to drive this up here. There you go. Perfectly aligned. Very nice. Clamp down on that puppy there. Yeah, I know you're an Oklahoma girl. I remember, Joe. That's probably why we like you so much, because we like Oklahoma, really. Okay, here we go. Going to go nice and slow, and we're going to drill out the center of this blank. Going all the way through the middle. You can drill a little bit and then it stops and you got to pull it out and then drill some more. Don't do it, baby. Don't do it, baby. Yeah, it is very habit, that's for sure. Carrie's not supposed to bend over because of her lens replacement. She keeps bending over. She'll be okay, though. You're just not supposed to exert a lot of pressure. There we go. That is all the way through. All right.
Ooh, that came out nice for Jenny.
Oh, Jenny's looks awesome. She's going to love it when she watches that back. Okay, so now we have drilled all the way through it. So it's essentially a straw now. We'll set that aside. We'll take Chuck off. We'll put Chuck back in the Chuck drawer. We'll blow that out, put the live or dead center back. Take this out. This is just, it looks like a drill bit, but it's just a chuck with a Morse taper 2 on it. It goes into the fitting here, which is also the female version of the Morse taper 2. Morse taper 2, MT2. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to turn this without any bushings. Just so we got a little bit more direct drive. Let's see how we do here, Joe. Get it in nice and tight. Push it together a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to use this tool here, because this tool will have less surface interruption with it. Let me get the blower on. Let's see how this works out, Joe. This is called our bee stinger when we're done. I'm just going to even all this up here. All right, so here's the bee stinger. Let's get that shaped a little nicer. We'll end the bee stinger about right there. All right, now we're going to get Joe. Do you want a baseball bat or do you want a? This is sort of shaped up to be a rounded pointy. What do you think? What do you think? Got to get down to a 0.48 for Joe. But I think you're a rounded pointy girl, aren't you? Down there with these guys. That was your other one that we did from that one fella. In fact, I think that one I fixed was a rounded pointy, wasn't it? Let's do a little measurement here, see how we're getting down there. We're down to about a 0.52. This one will look a little funny at first because I'm getting down to our finger grip first. I think my chat is not refreshing. Nope, it is refreshing. Maybe everybody left. Okay. Let's see how we're getting to be here. 0.48.5. Perfect, Joe. Perfect. Now we're going to carve this end here to make it look a little more proportional. Larry's here. That's good. Joe might have been taking care of some grandkids or the hubby or something. All right, there's that part. So we got the front and the back end done okay. Now let's get some finger climbing here. So the reason I'm using this pointy one here, that's cool, is I have a lot less surface area on the point there. But when I'm here, I've got this whole rounded front edge against that blank. So this will have less of an impact. Takes forever, but this might be the answer to these particular types of blanks. All right, Joe, I'm going to make you a little TIE fighter without any special tools, because I don't want to take any chances with this guy. By the way, I came in second place, which technically is first loser in the pen turning competition. I think if I just add some bling to mine, I might get first. What's that, babe? Awesome. All right, let me slow this down for a second here. See if I can't get myself a mark on here. Actually, I don't know why. I need a smaller ruler. So that's 3 in the middle. And that came out to 5/8. 5/8. Okay, perfect. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Yeah, the girls like the bling. I'm telling you, Mary. Undeniable, sister, undeniable. But I'll take it against those ladies because they've all been turning longer than me, and I'm just happy to be in their gang. We talk all the time, so it's a fun group. She's a super solid lady, or they are super solid ladies. Vicky and Stacy and Dana. Lisa. There you go, Joe. You got a TIE fighter there with no special tools. Look at me. I may have just graduated tonight. Too small to do the dimple, but we'll work on that next time. I should have thought ahead. Boom. There it is, Joe. 0.48 E-pen. Okay, blower on, lathe on, blower off, lathe on, diaper in place. That's cool, Joe. All right, Larry. You go, Larry. Some ideas, buddy. I love some ideas floating around. So this whole thing was carved with that one pointy thing. That was scary. But it worked. And I may have to take that tack with these 3D printed blanks that are intricate like this so that we preserve the gorgeousness of the blank. This is going to be, Joe, this is going to be a killer E-pen, I'm telling you. It's going to be gorgeous. I love the color of the resin they used against that either black or dark brown leopard print. Thank you, Buffy. Tighten it up a little bit. So we saved one of these. I'll try to save the other one, but I'll get some replacements from Dawn. And sort of a bummer. It might take them a week to get here. Hate to make people wait. They're waiting long enough already. Well, good, Joe. If you're rip roaring to go and lots of ideas, call and talk to Carrie because she drive me nuts with them. I'm like, I don't know. I just show up and do what I'm told. Not my bailiwick, you know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. We'll just slow this down a little bit now. Yes, sir. Larry, I have ideas too. And sometimes people will ask me to do things. And I actually get a little bit of anxiety and procrastination because I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. How am I going to do that? What direction am I going to take? How's that going to work? You know, and I keep doubting myself. And then one day I just sit down and do it. And I either screw it up or do okay. Feeling good, nice and smooth. That is true. No, Bud didn't send me anything yet. He's probably busy. He'll get to it, I'm sure. You know, what's funny is the 3D printed pens always have when you're spinning them, have a little bit of different friction feel than when you're not spinning, like when you're just holding them, because you can feel the plastic grab your finger. I think I can rescue that other one into an e-painter pen. We'll just take it to the event with us up at GLE or something. See if somebody wants that one. But I know now to use that particular tool when I'm doing this 3D printed stuff, because it grabs less against the blank. There's less friction, less surface area grab. So what we've done with this blank that was, I never thought was a total washout, but we took it and from a regular diamond painting pen and turned it into a diamond painting e-painter pen. And it'll have a couple of fittings on either end. And essentially this is the straw that provides the path from your little vacuum pump, Pic Mondu, to the other end of the pen here, and let you pick up diamonds 1, 3, 5, or 7 at a time. We've got a couple of multi-placer vacuum things that are on their way. And you pick them up with air rather than wax. Ooh, this is going to be gorgeous, Joe. Oh my goodness, it's going to be gorgeous. I love the copper, bronze, whatever color that is, with that dark brown or black or whatever that color is. Man, wow, that looks cool. Okay, here we go. The big reveal. Oh, heck yeah. That is gorgeous. Here you go, Joe. We need to look at that under the leopard scope, because that's got, I don't want you to miss out the beautiful pattern in this resin. Gary is doing fabulous. Yeah, I know he's been super busy. You'll keep on him. That's good. Yeah, he's busy. Hardworking man, in demand, with a lot of talent. That's the key. That is the key. All right, let me get this aimed up okay on here. There we go. Make sure we got it. Make sure I got it focused well. There we go. Look at that pattern. That actually sort of looks like a leopard, doesn't it, Joe? And there's the bee stinger on the back. There you go, Joe. Pretty cool. We saved one. That's always good when we can do that. Yes, ma'am, Yannette. They're on their way. Carrie got 5 sets of them. Probably won't be enough, but you know how that goes. Yeah, Joe, this is a cool looking little pen. That is, wow. Can't believe I did that. Sometimes I even amaze myself. I'm like looking at it going, wow. Yeah, it looks like black holes in space. Absolutely. All right, everybody. It has been a fabulous Friday evening. We'll be back again tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central. Turning some more pens. And, of course, look for the premieres, because I'll be turning them throughout the day. And you guys have a fabulous evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. And everybody have a very happy and a very safe Memorial Day weekend. Remember, Monday's a holiday, and just more fun to do stuff. See you around. Have a good night. Bye-bye.